September 11th, 2001. The images are seared into our minds. The Twin Towers engulfed in flames. The heroic first responders racing towards danger. The attacks on 9/11 united us in grief, in anger. Amidst the mourning, whispers of conspiracy began to emerge. We'll separate fact from fiction and hear from experts who have dedicated years to understanding the events of that day. One of the most persistent claims by 9/11 conspiracy theorists is that the World Trade Center collapse was a controlled demolition. They cite the speed and inward fall as evidence of explosives, but this relies on speculation and misinterpreting physics. NEST's investigation found intense heat weakened the steel beams. Combined with impact damage, this led to a progressive collapse. Another rallying cry for conspiracy theorists is the assertion that jet fuel can't melt steel beams. And you know what? They're right. Jet fuel on its own doesn't burn hot enough to melt steel. But the World Trade Center towers didn't need their steel to melt for them to fall. The fires, reaching temperatures of up to 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit, significantly weakened the steel, causing it to buckle and sag. This weakening, combined with the impact damage from the planes, ultimately led to the catastrophic failure of the building's structural integrity. Chapter 3. The curious case of WTC-7, Building 7, a 47-story skyscraper that stood near the Twin Towers, also collapsed on September 11th, even though it wasn't directly hit by a plane. This has become a focal point for conspiracy theorists who claim it's proof of a controlled demolition. Building 7 was heavily damaged by debris from the collapsing North Tower, igniting fires on multiple floors. These fires burned unchecked for hours, weakening the building's steel support columns. When a critical column buckled, it triggered a cascade of failures, leading to the building's complete collapse. Chapter 4. A missile at the Pentagon, debunking the myths. One theory claims that the Pentagon wasn't hit by American Airlines Flight 77, but by a missile. Hundreds of eyewitnesses saw a Boeing 757 approach the Pentagon at a low altitude. Security camera footage, though grainy, captured the plane's final seconds before impact. Debris from the plane, including parts of the fuselage, engines, and even the black boxes, were recovered from the crash site. We have a confluence of evidence: eyewitness accounts, physical evidence, radar data, all pointing to the same conclusion. A hijacked plane, not a missile, struck the Pentagon on September 11th. Chapter 5. The stand-down order unraveling a dangerous myth. The idea that the US government had prior knowledge of the September 11th attacks is, for many, the most unsettling of all the conspiracy theories. Central to this theory is the claim that a stand-down order was issued, preventing fighter jets from intercepting the hijacked planes. This theory often hinges on a misunderstanding of how NORAD operated in 2001. At that time, NORAD was primarily focused on external threats, not on intercepting domestic flights. Outro: honoring truth, honoring memory. It's human nature to search for answers, especially in the face of unimaginable tragedy. Conspiracy theories, with their neat narratives and air of certainty, can be seductive. But we must be wary of allowing grief and anger to cloud our judgment, to lead us down paths of speculation and mistrust. Conspiracies can be compelling, but they often ignore evidence and disrespect the victims and heroes of that day. By focusing on facts, we honor their memory and learn from history. Thank you for watching. If you have questions or thoughts, let's discuss in the comments, respectfully.